The following stream has been approved for all puzzle audiences by the puzzle general community.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Cards of the Heart, and this is Puzzle General's Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2021. And we are really getting into the thick of things here in our bracket stage. People will be able to escape the void one way or another after today's action. And we will start with our first winner's semifinals match between our number 1 seed TaymanND and our somewhat surprising number 4 seed 6. Both players have played very well to get to this point, but one of them will be escaping to our S-Hard stage after this, and the other will have to play at least, well, yeah, they'll have to play one more V-Hard match in order to hope to escape the void of V-Hard, as it were. And to call this match today, we've got two of our competitors, starting with I Like Being Smart.
Hello.
And we also have our defending runner-up in V-Hard record holder, Foxy Man.
How goes it?
Oh yeah, so we cannot wait to see how this one goes. V-Hard has proven to be a struggle one way or another for all of our competitors, and it'll be interesting to see how both of these players take on the challenge. We will see that get going in a little bit. But first, if you're just tuning into this game for the first time and you're not exactly sure how it all works, don't worry, you're not the only one, so allow me to take a couple minutes of your time to explain how this game works and how we are playing it in this tournament. Pokemon Puzzle League is a Match 3 puzzle game first released for the Nintendo 64 on September 25, 2000 in North America and March 2, 2001 in Europe. It was re-released on the Nintendo Wii Virtual Console in both regions in May 2008. It is a Match 3 puzzle game in that if you match at least 3 of the same panel either horizontally or vertically, the panels will disappear. To win, however, you need to do more than simply match 3 at a time. You need to make combos and chains to not only prevent your gradually rising stack from reaching the top of your playfield for a time, but also to send garbage blocks to your opponent to make their stack reach the top of their playfield. You make combos by matching more than 3 panels in a row at the same time. They don't keep your stack from rising for very long, but they do send small garbage blocks to your opponent that can prove to be very disruptive. You make chains by linking sets of 3 or more matches together. Make a set of panels disappear, and then have the panels immediately above them fall into another match. Not only does this keep your stack from rising for a longer period of time, but it will make thicker garbage blocks that will be more effective at actually filling out your opponent's stack to the top. If your stack reaches the top of your playfield and the game tries to break the stack through the top, you lose, so you want to avoid this at all costs and force it on your opponent as much as possible. To beat these computer opponents, you will have to either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is completely topped off, send so much garbage to your opponent so that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage to your opponent in such a way so that they think they can no longer make a move. Easy mode has 11 stages, normal has 14, hard has 15, and V-Hard and S-Hard have 16. In this tournament, players will be racing through those stages to get to the end as fast as they can. The first player to defeat the final opponent wins the race. The first player to win a predetermined number of races wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. So we are in our bracket stage of the tournament, a double elimination bracket stage, and the next match coming up right after this will actually be an elimination match. So someone will be experiencing their second loss in this stage and be eliminated. We are still in the V-Hard portion of the bracket, so we are playing best of 5 matches in the V-Hard difficulty. After this winner's semifinals match coming up, and after the next loser's bracket round of matches after that, we will be playing S-Hard best of 3 to the end, which is grand finals, which will be best of 5 with the winner's bracket winner starting with a 1-0 lead. And yes, people in live chat are discovering this already. We do now have a prize pool for our competitors, thanks to some very, very generous donations from our resident tech support crew in Dark Aries and Devilish and Derby. We have a somewhat sizable prize pool to give to our competitors at the end of this tournament, depending on their performance. I even threw in a little bit as well, bringing the current pool up to $250, and you can add to it. So we will be taking donations in the live chat. You can find it by typing !pool or !donate. The donations will be automatically added to the pool counts that you see at the bottom of your screen here. I will be adding bits that get collected throughout the broadcast into the pool, and also during these broadcasts, tier 1, 2, and 3 Twitch subscriptions will be able to add $1, $2, or $6 to that pool. So at the end of the day, when everything is all decided, we will end up giving first place a nice sizable chunk of that pool, 40% of it to be precise. Second place will get 20%, third place 10%, fourth place 8%, fifth and sixth will each get 5.5%, seventh and eighth will each get 3%. The winner of the redemption bracket, which I do hope you guys will be able to enjoy and have fun with, as hopefully Nicole will be able to, I Like Being Smart, be able to personally attest here. And the winner of the redemption bracket will be getting 3% of the pool cut, and the other 2% will be raffled off to a random player that did not win another prize. So now we have some real stakes, and I wonder if that will raise the level of intensity this going forward. But that's gonna be enough talking from me. I've got two people who are really looking forward to tell you about this winner's semifinals match between Tayman and Six. So let's throw it over to Nicole. I Like Being Smart. Take it away.
All right. Wow. What a... I was not expecting that. That's wild. That makes things ever more exciting. If you want to add to the... Sorry, I'm getting echo. Yeah, if you want to add to the prize pool, please feel free, but let's look at our bracket here. Today we've got TaymanND and 6, 1 versus 4 happening, and FFR, they are going to be playing the winner of FFR and Cards of the Heart, the other part of the semifinal bracket. We've got Lunar versus BB Forky coming up next, which should be an exciting match. And then our very own Foxy Man here on the desk versus Citrus Attack as our other broadcast that will be happening tomorrow. So we've got some great matches coming up this weekend. Please feel free to stay tuned to here or the Puzzle General Twitter in order to keep updated on when we're going to do this again. All right, let's look at our tail of the tape for this match. We have number 1 Tayman, number 4 Six. Now, Tayman has been kind of on a tear. He went through my group, beating everybody. He's semi-easily. We tried really hard, but we came up a little short. And Six, who can really come up with the goods when he needs to. But Tayman's a force. So, give me your thoughts on how you feel about this match coming up.
I mean, it's pretty hard to not. Also, am I getting echo too? Sorry. I'm hearing myself, but I'll just continue.
Yeah.
So I think both these players tend to play on the safer side. So I'm expecting to see consistent times from both Tayman and Six, but Tayman definitely has that little extra edge and skill. But watching him play, it's almost frustrating how he always does exactly what he wants to do. And he thinks very deeply about the game and comes in with a game plan and just executes that game plan. And you can see why he's the first seed and why he's doing so well in this tournament so far, because he's just excelled at that aspect of this game. But Six, on the other hand, also plays consistently, like I said. He's maybe a little bit slower, but he's very good at just kind of doing what he needs to do, and that's shown by his ability to make big upsets throughout the last Tetris Attack tournament. He took a set over FFR Pro. He just took a big set off of BB4 last week. So he's really primed to kind of make something interesting, and this mode is V hard, and if I'm not mistaken, the V stands for variance. So anything can happen here. I've got to give Tayman the edge, but I don't think it'll be a sweep. I think Six will keep it interesting at a minimum. But yeah, and for those paying attention right now, you can see the live streams of Tayman and Six. This is happening live. Some of our matches have been pre-recorded, but this is going on live, so we have no clue what's going to happen. And I'm really just excited to see how these two players are going to play in this crazy game mode that is V hard in Pokemon Puzzle League. So Nicole, are we ready to go? Yeah, as this is live, there could be some technical or difficulties with the players at the moment, so we'll check on that and see when things will be ready to go.
Yes, it does appear that we do not have I Like Being Smart here with us. She is experiencing some technical difficulties, so I will help lead this one off with Foxy Man here. Let's go ahead and get this going, shall we? Let's throw it on over to this match between the number 1 seed TaymanND and the number 4 seed Six, happening in winners semifinals, starting right now.
All right, so we are ready to go here, it looks like.
Yes, both players are in position. I will let these two go and get this first game of the best of 5 going post haste.
I guess I'll go ahead and start off and preview a little bit about what we're about to see in this game mode. So V-Hard, if you've been watching the tournament so far, either you've seen some V-Hard matches or you've seen some hard matches in the group stage. V-Hard is kind of this awkward middle ground between hard mode in Pokemon Puzzle League and S-Hard. So the first 8 stages will play like hard mode. The competitors will be usually going for the double 4 setup, maybe with a shorter 3, 4, 5 chain just to time it and get a quick kill initially. And then in the later stages, starting around Tracy, we'll expect to see more of kind of your standard S hard kills where you just kind of send a really long attack, see see exactly when the right time to drop it is, and let it drop to try to catch them off guard. And here, opening up, we see both players with the solid hard strats with the double 4 combo, 4 or 5 chain on top of it. And they're going to get 12 and 13-second stages, which is exactly what you want to see, kind of best case scenario, which is definitely not going to be guaranteed, but nice way to start off.
Yeah, we've definitely been having to workshop this mode a little bit more thanks to this tournament, and yeah, like once we get into the middle portion of this run, like stages 7 through 10 especially, as you and I have previously identified as key points in this run, but for the early part here, I think Tayman especially is committed to a little bit of a shorter chain strategy, playing this like a typical hard mode run at the start, just making a 3 chain, spamming some combos on top of that, and 6 also getting some good results with that. Both players are kind of schmoovin', as people might say, at the early going, but there's Tayman running into a bit of a troll. Misty able to get to some garbage clears right there, and that is going to cause some significant short-term problems for Tayman's run. Yeah, even here 6 seems to be committed to like X4, maybe X5 chain at the worst, and yeah, this is actually working pretty good for 6 so far.
Yeah, and the other thing I just want to point out for the viewers, and also just it's good to remember as a player, what you're seeing on Tayman's side right here, there's not really too much he can do about that. He dropped the double 4s to start, if I'm not mistaken. He's done about everything he can do right. Kind of, it's a little early to consider resets at this point, but kind of you just have to make sure that they're topped off at all times and hope that eventually they'll mess up somewhere, which unfortunately is not happening for Misty. But this isn't really a sign at the moment that Tayman's playing badly. It's more just a sign that the AI is doing AI things.
Yeah, that's just the way it ends up being sometimes. Just very unfortunate, but it is allowing 6 to build a rather significant lead here. We have hit our patent-pending 2-stage lead in the early going here, which is not something we see too often in V hard, but yeah, it's very hard to justify a stage reset in this early going. So yeah, hard to yeah, even Tayman, kind of a bigger proponent of reset strats, doesn't really think resetting this early on is a great idea. And you know what? That 13-second recovery on Surge will pick up his spirits just a little bit. But 6 is flying right now. Way to go! 6 here, going X4, 5, X5 chain, only one 4 combo, which is sometimes enough.
Could be problematic, especially since we're at this point, and yeah, especially annoying. Sabrina gets that with that clear with a 4 combo and then chains to go on top of it, so she will have plenty of stop time to just be annoying here. And that extra 4 combo, those are kind of like the difference, or that lack of the extra 4 combo are the differences of, you want to try to minimize the kind of amount that the AI can be annoying as much as possible. It gets a little bit of a break there, but that will be enough to move on to Blaine. And now we are sitting still at our 2-stage lead. So even with that slowdown, 6 still has a fairly comfortable margin to work with moving forward.
Alright, 6 here, able to get his second 4 combo in the X5 chain link, which will allow the combo garbage to fall into place. And yes, this works because this game, almost exclusively this game in the series, wow, okay, Blaine went for a combo to clear that garbage and ran out of time to do it. And yeah, I like to think my runs are doing good when I get through the first half of the run in about 6 minutes, and 6 is hitting that pace so far. But yeah, the combo garbage thing works in this game and almost this game only, because when you start your chain with a combo, that and the garbage you make during that chain, that combo garbage, will actually fall on your opponent before the chain garbage. It's a little bit dependent on where exactly in the chain you make those extra garbage links, but it's served us pretty well to be like a central strategy in the later difficulty levels. And if it doesn't work, well, we're getting to the point now where you probably want to reset if it doesn't quite work out.
Yeah, and actually 6 with quite a quick reset right there, showing that he is committed to the reset strats on the second half. There's kind of some varying levels of when you should start doing them solidly, but as soon as Tracy got the clear, he reset, and he's getting good mileage for doing so. 17-second on the second try there. So gonna keep up this 2-stage lead with Tayman still on stage 8, Blaine, and 6 moving on to Team Rocket.
Yeah, in this mid game, I mean, Tayman's had some decent stages, nothing amazing, but 6 has really been able to keep up. It's been really interesting to see how 6 has improved, like over the past year or so that 6 has been speedrunning this game super seriously for tournament play.
This looks good though. He only has yellows, and that's not gonna. Oh no, that's not even fair.
Okay,
it does not look like there will be 3 to clear, and it won't have a second tier. So as long as 6 tops him off here. Oh no! One more line.
6 made that fall up a
Running
little
out of
bit
time,
too.
but these greens, will he get? Oh, he goes for the horizontal greens, and this should be good. Oh my god.
There's the condition we want. That is the crush kill, or as we have called it in this community recently, the conch kill. Shoutouts to Galloping Conch. That is literally leaving your opponent crushed with absolutely no moves to make whatsoever. There is a variant of that called the combo kill, where, well, some call it the S-hard kill also, but you send your combo garbage in such a way so that way, as I say in the tutorial, these opponents think they can no longer make a move, but they're only looking underneath the lowest garbage block on their field. It's one of the biggest things that our community tries to set up on the regular, and unfortunately 6 not getting it in a position to make that work on Giovanni. And the X5 gonna give Giovanni so much extra time to do things, get that garbage clear, and prompt a reset.
Yeah, and we're just, I mean, we're not quite there yet, but we're seeing why no lead is safe in these modes, because the 2-stage lead turned into a 1-stage lead, and then 6 had to reset on Giovanni. So if Tayman's able to get this rocket done quick, we're going to be back neck and neck. So really anything can happen here, and it's not over until Mewtwo is done, which I'm sure out of anyone so far, you can definitely attest to that through some of the games in our match that you nearly lost to kind of rough Mewtwo luck.
I'd rather not talk about it. I definitely gotta get back in the lab on Mewtwo. That is for sure. But 6 is definitely not needing to get back into the lab for this one, this is quite the pace that Six is on right now. Probably slated to finish this run in about 16 minutes. But this Richie is not doing much on the. Oh wait a minute. Yeah, wait. Yeah, that'll work.
This
right?
could be good.
Yep, that will do. That is the combo kill. Like those yellows on the right are easy pickings for humans to pick up, but because Richie only saw underneath that lowest garbage block on the left, Richie was just not able to see the match. And
we got some flattening on TaymanND's side, but we'll see.
Jeez, that screen
Oh,
shakes
no.
so much. Oh.
But yeah, TaymanND is going to be stuck here at Rocket for a little bit longer, it looks like. He might even have to reset, who knows. But on the other side,
Oh, geez, Six
with
going
an
to
11 chain.
X11 chain to try and
Unfortunately,
time
does
it.
not have the other 4 combo. That might have been enough to kind of force Lorelei to focus on the right side where she was more sparse on panels. But going out to an 11 chain, not quite finding the opening he wants, but quick reset. He should be on his way and trying to kind of boost this lead even further.
Yeah, if you can make the 4 combos in your chain, it's definitely beneficial to extend the chain out. If you don't have it, I don't know how well the timing in the late game can really be accommodated with fixing it.
Oh.
Okay, ooh, that could have been. That could be so much worse, but the combo
This should
still in
this
position.
should work out still.
Second tier.
Oh no.
Oh.
Still should be fine. Oh, not with the yellows
Oh,
there.
not the yellows.
That's
No,
not
the
good.
yellows are gonna clear.
Oh no. That's
There's no immediate
terrible.
answer.
But
And,
only with three clears on the garbage means the stop time was not reset or gained at all. So Lorelei did run out of time there, and we are moving on to Bruno. But that's a 3-stage lead with only 3 stages to go. So this is going to be really
geez.
tough for TaymanND to come back.
I do believe we do have an I Like Being Smart back. Welcome back, Nicole.
Thank you. I figured out what I did, and then I took 10 minutes to figure out how to fix it. Sorry.
No, that's good. We are glad that you're able to tune in for this banger of a first game, and go ahead and take it away.
Yeah. So I need to catch up because I just saw that Six has a 3-stage lead because I had to reset my computer. So holy moly, he's had a great start here. I'm assuming Tay got trolled somewhere.
I mean, Tay got trolled, but this isn't really like Six getting lucky. Like, Six is playing extremely well. He's been sending big chains in the second half. He's going to wait this out a little bit on Bruno, but he's just been playing extremely well, showing that he deserved the number 4 seed and is going to keep this as close as possible, if not get the win outright. But yeah, TaymanND now moving on to Richie. 3 stages, 2-stage lead. Six has got to kind of buckle down and send something big and hope Bruno does his part.
That's excellent to hear. I'm really glad to hear that Six is playing well because TaymanND is a formidable competitor, as we all know. So it's not like even the 3-stage lead is safe. However, I'm just, I'm just a big advocate of always just wanting a good match, regardless of who plays, who's better or worse. Just get a good match, get it close, and see what happens. So, and I know that Six struggles with VHard too. He often asks me like what I'm doing differently, and I'm like, I don't know. You're the one who made bracket, but I'm just glad to see that they're both playing well so far, and Six is getting the breaks, but not quite on Bruno yet. What's Tay got going here? Oh, the insta clear.
This is a critical moment. Six needs to extend this for quite a bit longer because Bruno is not doing anything. He's extending 12. doesn't have enough panels to continue, and unfortunately, this does not look like it'll work out for 6. Bruno just doing nothing to help him out there. And yeah, that's going to be another reset. Tay might get lucky. No. I thought that Lorelei was going to clear those reds horizontally and maybe run herself out of panels, but doesn't look like she's going to do that. And Tay maybe should consider resetting here. Not sure why he hasn't already.
I'm actually not sure either. We were having a discussion last night on race night about reset strats in V-Hard, and as much as I personally don't like them, I think that's the new meta of what people have settled on. So I am also very surprised Tay hasn't reset this, but it might work out. Very nice.
Lorelei clearing some random things and we are dead even. We are both competitors going into Bruno, so yeah, at this point, it was in favor of 6, but with Tayman, kind of with the momentum right here, it looks like Tayman's to lose at this point. Like, I know that's too early to say, but unless 6 can figure something out here and deal with this trolling a little bit, and he's going to drop that chain, so this is going to be really tough given how low Bruno is here. But if 6 can send enough, that might be good. Oh, no. That's not... Okay, well, both of them reset, so we're back to dead even. Seconds away from each other.
And I can see Tay's salt in the webcam. I don't know what he's saying, but it's probably something spicy for sure.
Yeah, there's got to be a reason we don't have mics synced up for the players. Because then we have to make this a not safe for work stream.
I can only speak for myself, and yes, absolutely, it would be a not safe for work stream if you had mic on me while I'm playing my matches. So, and man, Bruno showing up today so far in game 1. Because it doesn't look like these starts are awful.
You've had it. You've had it.
So 6 has a good chain going here. Kind of just hoping that Bruno gets this left side down.
Yeah.
But with the... Oh, this doesn't look good. If Bruno drops those blues just perfectly to get the clear, it's not going to work out. And it doesn't work out. Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, Tay on the other side is going to get the break from Bruno and is going on to Gary 2. Turning that 3-stage lead from 6 into a 1-stage lead now for Tayman. And Tayman's consistency on Gary and Mewtwo is just unmatched by anyone else. So 6 needs to make this happen right now.
Gosh, and it's so frustrating to have these stages where the computer is just not doing anything and you're looking over and you're just, please do something.
Not again. And J-Man gets that 17-second, even with a high stack on Gary's side. And he's going into Mewtwo. I swear, 6 has been spending probably like more time on Bruno in this run than not in Bruno. He's got to be like hitting himself in the head for just... He started off really strong. This is the problem. This is what I think gets people. If you start off playing well, but you get some trollage from the AI, and then you just kind of like, what do I do? And meanwhile, Tayman finishes. So huge comeback. Huge congrats to Tayman. Gonna be good enough for the first Pokeball, but that's just what this game does to you.
Especially very hard, and I know, like I don't want to overemphasize, but I know Tay struggles, or not Tay, 6 struggles a little bit with this back part of V hard and trying to figure it out. So yeah, and it looks like he sees that Tay is finished and might just decide to throw in the towel to save himself some frustration, which I don't blame him. If I was chilling at Bruno for like 7 minutes, then I'd just be like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I've been actually wondering, like, in these situations, is it worth playing it out and maybe trying to use that to get momentum, or is that just going to frustrate you more? I've been playing it out so far, but I could definitely tell if I'm frustrated and been on stage for over 5, maybe even close to 10 minutes, like I just want to be done with it. And I respect Six's decision to just kind of hard reset. Let's go back to the beginning, and try to find a way to get back there and kind of keep your composure without being too frustrated moving forward.
Tay's official time there being 19:11, which is good. It's sub 20. It's what we want in these matches for our competitors in the bracket, but certainly on the high side for what Tayman would be expecting of himself, I would think at least. So he'll probably be looking to clean that up, and Six will just be looking to calm himself down and not hate everyone's guts ever in this game, because that can happen. But I think Six and I had a nice discussion about kind of mentality and being able to bring yourself back. So I have a lot of faith that he'll be able to reset and come back here for game 2, especially if he started off strong and just knows he just ran up against a wall.
Yeah, and like I kind of touched on this earlier, but Tayman is kind of known in the community for being the saltiest whenever he's on commentary. Even if he's doing well, he manages to find a reason to be salty. But at the same time, he somehow channels that inner salt and uses it to his advantage, because he, while seemingly being one of the most salty players, is able to keep the most composure during all of the RNG and craziness in this game. And it is showed time and time again with that huge comeback there. He's able to kind of sit down, focus, even though he knows probably he's watching that he's down a few stages. He knows that, but he can keep playing his game, keep playing solidly, and get back in it. And he does that time and time again.
Yeah, it is really impressive, because there are times where we do a race night on Friday nights with the Puzzle General Discord that you can join, but like he is so salty about every stage, and then I look at his time and it's just so solid, and I'm like, the way you're talking makes it sound like you're falling so far behind, but he's just, because he's one of the best players, his standard is just so high compared to perhaps others, and it mind-boggling, but also very, very funny. I'm not gonna lie. Tay Salt is a good time, even if he's in pain. I'm sorry, Tay, if you hear this later. Another good stage, though, for him, and he's on to Misty. Six, looking to... Oh, no.
And the 2 chain is just going to be enough probably to give... Oh, no? Brock had some interesting ways of moving those reds and decided not to get the clear on the garbage, and that's enough to give Six some time to get the kill. So we're on the same stage technically now, and with Misty clearing on Tayman's side, this is pretty much even.
Yeah, I would say so. Okay. X5 with the 2 double fours, so really solid start for Six here. And that's good for 14.
That's
as
why
Tay
it's
finishes
even.
with 42. Wow. Excellent. Excellent work. I love Pokemon Puzzle League so much.
Always fun to watch, usually fun to play.
Agreed.
Tayman might get trolled here by Surge. And yeah, that's going to be a clear. Meanwhile, on Six's side, there's some potential here. It doesn't look like he has an immediate answer. And yeah, so Six moving on to Erica. Tayman had a little bit of a trolling Misty, a little bit of a trolling Surge here. He's going to have to hope that he...
Oh, that airwalk to clear the garbage. but he's not gonna. Surge is not gonna find second tier there. Luckily for Tayman, and he will move on to Erica. But it's always just one stage at a time, you know. And both of these players, I know, not just because they're good, but because they're here, but they have very good awareness of what's going on in their opponent's screen. So they know when to drop, when not to drop, and it's just a matter of execution most of the time, I think. Which is always, I don't know. I've been in the speedrunning scene a long time for this game, and the execution just never fails to impress me of how well these players do.
Yeah, if you're watching and you haven't played this game too much, you should definitely try it out just to see how difficult some of these things to do are. Like when I was first playing, I remember just like even setting up 2 chains, I felt like they took forever, and like it takes such a long time to kind of build how this game works and get the intuition for how to send these big chains. And to do that while also paying attention to your opponent's screen is just another skill that a lot of these competitors have done so much work to perfect. And it definitely shows in these settings. But Tayman is going to get that Koga, and it looks like this could be good for 6, or no.
Yeah,
And
that Koga was doing some very strange things on Tay's side. Some highly inefficient moves, but hey, it's a stage win. Better than nothing.
Yeah, I have found that Koga is kind of, in my run-throughs, the place where either Koga or Sabrina, maybe you could make the argument for Erica, is where they will really show you how annoying they can be in this mode. And yeah, 1 minute 25 seconds on this Koga so far. Gotta hope that this will end a little soon, but nah, that's gonna be another clear on 6's side. He's gonna be dealing with Koga for just a bit longer here.
Yeah, quite a bit longer.
Looking over at Tay's side, we do see a somewhat rare Sabrina reset. So Tay having some troubles over there as well. And maybe that will give 6th an opportunity to catch back up. Oh. This is not looking good on 6's side.
Oh, not at
Koga
all.
is doing Koga things.
Oh, man. I thought Sabrina was going to trap herself there, but she had a couple of different options and found them. As these players now are going to, or these computers now are going to do a little bit more often as we climb in the difficulties. You know, maybe in hard mode, only in normal mode you get away with that. Hard mode, maybe you get away with that, but eventually Sabrina slows down. 45 seconds. As 6 finally gets past Koga. That'll feel good.
And yeah, as we've said before, stage 7 to 10 usually feels like the most random parts of this run. So it's all about who's going to get the breaks, who's going to get the quick kills, and who's going to get trolled in these scenarios. And it looks like this could be good for Tayman, although
One line
unfortunately
short, though.
not topped off. And that might be the difference that will give Blaine the time, and that will give Blaine the time to get that clear.
Yeah, as we say a lot in these commentaries, going big is one thing, but if you're short, that just gives your opponent more time to find things, and the more time they have, the less fun it potentially is for you. So
6 going big with that 7 chain, I think, on Sabrina. And yeah, is going to get the kill there. And so we are about even. Tayman did have a reset on Blaine earlier, just did not have enough to continue the attack and top off Blaine. This might be good though.
Yeah,
Blaine's doing some
depending
weird
on where
things.
this. Oh wow,
I
nice find.
I
Credit
don't
where
know why I
credit
even
is
talk
due. Nice
sometimes.
find on that.
That was just impressive.
Yeah, honestly. And oh my god, he almost wins second tier, which is still the most infuriating thing. Regardless of what panel to pod game you play, second tier is just so bad.
And this could be Six's spot, and Six will take the one stage lead. So Six going into the second half at 9:10, which is definitely not the time these competitors are used to. Usually I am aiming to get to the second half around 6 minutes ideally, which is what we saw Six do last time. Kind of worst case, I'm hoping for maybe like an 8-minute time entry into the second half. But 9 minutes is definitely slow for both of these players. So hopefully they can keep their composure and kind of keep going in this run and not let it kind of get into their mental state too much.
Yeah, usually we want to be getting out. I know for me personally, it's kind of that 6:30 to 7 minute range. I want to be getting out, but yeah, these 9 is super slow for these guys, but in like a bigger picture way, still impressive. But it's, we are at the pinnacle of skill with these players. These are the best players in the world easily, and so, standards and all that good stuff. But Tay getting out with a 26 on Tracy keeping himself close here. We'll see what happens with this drop on Six's side.
This looks like a beautiful opening on Six's side.
Oh, that's pretty. Is
Some
it gonna?
weirdness.
Oh.
Okay, nothing else. Nothing else gonna happen. If they would have like somehow randomly dropped the red down, it could have messed everything up. But fortunately, they decided to quit before they did anything crazy like that.
How good are you?
Oh.
Oh
And
my
Rock,
gosh.
oh, you can see it on his webcam. Rocket levels off, and Tay just goes off. Decides to reset there. I love the bigger webcams this year. It's part of the tournament format. We did have webcams, but they were super tiny before. Now we actually get to see the players and their reactions, which is always a lot of fun. Getting through Geo in 21 seconds, though. Six is moving along, and it does seem like once you get past Tracy and Rocket, it does smooth out for a little bit, and you start implementing those super hard strats. And Six can definitely do that. All these players can do that. If you're in bracket, you know how to S hard. But Tay is the master of S hard strats for sure. So one stage lead is good, but it is not unbeatable. It is not uncomebackable. You can come.
I mean,
words are fun.
we saw Tayman come back from a 3-stage
Yeah, that's true.
deficit,
Legit.
so anything is really possible. What I'm most excited to see is what Six does when Six gets back to Bruno. 'Cause that was the stage that kind of held him back last time and arguably lost him the match. So I want to see Six hold some composure, get to Bruno, and just first time destroy Bruno, just as a statement. And we have Tayman actually joining us in chat. Hello, Tayman. Complaining as he always does, but not just through his webcam, but also through the Twitch chat. So if you're here live, say hello to Tayman for us.
Fortunate on Six's side here with this Richie. Might run out of time though. Oh, nice.
That'll do it.
Are you ready?
So as Tayman's still struggling with Giovanni here, we have Waifu doing a lot of nothing.
Maybe that'll be the start of a chain. Maybe no. Decides just not to finish that chain with the reds. This.
Can't win 'em all.
Oh, what? Why are you even
Okay.
going for that garbage block? That's not allowed. That's not what you're
All
programmed
right.
to do.
Can't win 'em all.
Oh no! Sometimes they get really weird about the one garbage block being left on the left side there.
Are you ready?
So I'm fine with 6 playing that out and seeing if that trapped Lorelei before being like, yeah, that's not going to work. So
But
okay.
yeah, Lorelei just being annoying there, not giving 6 any openings. Not much you can do about that. This could be good if 6 got the double 4 down. You can see in the garbage
Yeah.
cube up top. So this is, I mean, okay, yeah, it's good.
Yes. Nice.
You always got to
Very
worry
good.
whenever there's like just barely 3 lines of garbage below the
Right.
the 4 block that gets sent, because sometimes they'll just be creative and use those 3 lines to get a random clear. Or fortunately for 6, that got dropped down and nothing to use to clear that garbage. So he is going on to Bruno. So I want to see a good opening on Bruno from 6 here and just destroy him. And this is looking possibly good. Although Bruno raises, so maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon.
And 6 is out of moves there, but that's a decent drop here.
This looks good.
This looks, yeah, this
Okay.
nice. Okay. And it's not like we're necessarily rooting for 6 over Tay or anything like that. It's just nice to get revenge when you've had a frustrating stage. I'm sure we've all felt that at some point. So,
Also, while we're seeing Tayman at 16 minutes being on Giovanni, I just want to point out that in his last match, all of his times were under 16 minutes. I think they were all within like 20, 30 seconds of each other. Solid 15-minute time. So this is extremely uncharacteristic for Tayman. With a 19-minute finish to the first game, and now he's sitting 16 minutes only at Giovanni. So you gotta think maybe something's up, something's happening, but he needs to really kind of clean up this execution.
okay.
And 6, meanwhile, is on Mewtwo, so
Wow.
let's see if Mewtwo is gonna be free.
I was so caught up in watching that Geo flatten that I didn't even realize Gary was beat.
So 6 with a solid opening, but Mewtwo hopefully will extend this chain. And that's
Oh.
it.
Mewtwo being free for someone but Tayman. Excellent. 20 seconds, and 6 is going to get his first Pokeball of the match. Wow, that was quick.
That's with a commanding, like, statement victory there. Finishing, I think it was under 17 minutes, maybe around 17 minutes. Showing that he has the potential to keep all of these in that 17-minute range, which usually is the kind of winning. Like, usually if you can get under 17, that's pretty guaranteed to win a race.
Yeah.
That seems to be the benchmark.
The official time there for 6 being 17:02. And yeah, that's a sweet time for anyone and everyone, in my opinion, at least, speedrunning. And especially when you're not grinding PBs, if you're in a tournament setting, you will happily take a 17. Or at least I would.
I don't know if you just noticed that there, but Tayman with the hard reset, it looks like he's not going to finish this run out after Lorelei got a horizontal clear with 2 rows of garbage. And Tayman just... He has been known to forfeit race time races probably more than anyone else just because of the salt. So he's just going to move on. hard reset the console and try to start over and tie this back up, or after this has been tied up 1-1.
I like to say when we're 1-1, we're at least getting a game 4. We got 2 more races to look forward to, so make sure you are staying tuned here to twitch.tv/puzzlegeneral. This is some exciting stuff so far. It's very nice to see both players doing well. It doesn't seem like they're overly struggling necessarily with their execution, which is always good to see. Just kind of very hard being very hard.
Yeah, I mean, 6 has got to be really happy with how he's playing. Tayman, I don't think he's probably really beating himself up right now. But 6 is honestly one Bruno away from a 2-0 lead in this position.
Yeah.
Anything can happen to Gary and Mewtwo, but we just saw 6 go through Gary and Mewtwo there, no problem. So 6 has one stage that's really held him back, but Tayman in general is just not playing, or at least not getting the results that he's used to. But that being said, if Tayman comes back here and gets a 13-minute time, I would not be surprised at all.
Absolutely not. Tay is certainly capable of just randomly pulling out 6 times. So it's all about one round at a time. And this game can get into your head, man. It can get there. So it's a matter of, like, I mean, it seems like I'm repeating myself, but it really is a matter of making sure you're stepping back, focusing one round at a time, not overly getting overwhelmed, you know? Or in Tay's case, you just let the salt fuel you, as you were saying. It's interesting how different players approach the game in that way and find their own ways of kind of refocusing. So it's always fun to figure out what people's strategies are, just from the mental perspective. For me.
Yeah, I've definitely talked with some of the players. I know Forky I've talked to about some of this stuff. How do you keep your composure during these matches? And honestly, I haven't found any good answers for myself, but I've discussed, like, some people will watch the opponent's gameplay while they're going through the match. Some people decide they'd rather focus in on their own game and not worry about that. So everyone kind of has their own way of how they like to compete, how they like to play in these matches. And mostly it's about kind of what works for you to maintain your composure. And is that an 8-second?
That is an 8-second.
Sorry, I blinked and I just missed that whole Brock.
I know, me too. Wow, that's sick. Anything. Ideally, you're looking 15, 20-second stages to kind of get these opponents at least early. At least in my opinion, anything under 15 seconds in a very hard match is, at least early, is super, super sick. So 8 seconds is even more disgustingly amazing. We got a 13 there from Stick himself. That's just great play.
And Misty's doing some trolling on Tayman's side, so this could easily come back for 6. And as I say that, Tayman gets the kill. So never know.
Yeah, Misty not quite fast enough here at very hard to be able to move that. As hard, you're probably looking at a longer time, but very hard, the opponents are fast, but they're not as fast. So it's a matter of knowing kind of what you can get away with and what you can't, which is just comes down to how much stop time does the opponent have in order to, and it seems like they have 10 gazillion hours of stop time, but sometimes like that, you get lucky to not have as much as you think you do, so.
Wait, what was that on Tayman's side? I saw the opponent just going up and down as if they had no moves, even though there was like 6 rows of panels.
Well,
that was quite bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I have noticed Six is maybe dropping his setups a little early, not quite able to get those double fours, but very fortunate for him. Surge does not get to that clear in time, and that's going to be a 14-second stage. But I think that's like 3 stages in a row that Six hasn't quite gotten the opening he's wanting. But he's been moving along fine enough to keep it close. So, but I know he's going to be focusing on how does he kind of clean this up and play at the level that he knows he needs to play at. And yeah, that's exactly what he wanted to do.
That was a good decision to cut it there. He could have gone longer, but that was optimal. And meanwhile, Tay's just like chilling with all these like super short stages. You know. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
This could be interesting. We'll see.
Oh, going for the blues and is not going to have enough time. The reds were right there, but sometimes the AI is just like, I want to do the blues.
Wow, both of these players so far, outside of basically Six's Gary, both of these players have been on fire for this race 3 so far. And I think with, like you're saying, Foxy, I think if Tayman its execution and Six might just be getting a little on the lucky side here. But it's certainly no fault of his ability to play, for sure.
I mean, also, it's worth pointing out that there is more room for margin of error in those earlier stages. But now that we're at stage 7 and forward, that's when you're going to get punished for any small mistakes there. But
Nice.
Six does open with the double fours, and that's the beauty of the double fours, because the AI took so much time and used up so many panels to clear the first 3-wide garbage block, then worked on the second 3-wide garbage block, just ended up running out of panels in that pursuit of trying to get those clears, and that's what will do it and move Six on to Blaine in stage 8.
Okay, you just go for the reds. That's fine, Blaine. That's fine. Just go for the reds. Waste your time. Help us win. And Tay getting out of Blaine by it looks like about 5:25 there, which is way better than what we've been doing. So both of these players getting past Blaine in under 6 minutes, which is, I would say, on par with what you want, or maybe even a little bit better. So both these players having insane runs so far.
Yeah, and just to jog people's memories, both these players got out of stage 8 around 9 minutes last game. So it just shows how much they're moving relative to their performance in the last game. And we'll see who can kind of keep that momentum going and who might get stuck here at the second half. And yeah, Six is going to drop that chain on Tracy's side. Meanwhile, Tayman working on a 8 chain, but no help over from Tracy. Tracy just going to keep raising with a flat stack, the exact opposite of what Tayman wants to see. Finally gets a chain going after Tayman set up a huge garbage block, and that might be exactly what Tayman needs, and it is. So yeah, sometimes you got to go out to 14, 15 plus chain to wait for that opening. And Tayman is better than anyone else really at kind of having that patience and waiting for that perfect opportunity.
And it's not only about the patience, it's the ability to screen watch and still be able to keep track of your own chain. And I think a way to do that is you're not making as many combos later on in your chain to try to save as many blocks as you possibly can in order to, because if you waste too many of your blocks, there's no way you're getting out to those 11, 12, 13 chains when you really need to. And like you said, Tayman is one of the best players to know how to do that, as he gets a 22 there on Rocket. There's so much like when it comes to like high level speedrunning of this game, there is just so much skill and ability that goes into it. It kind of just blows my mind. Just to
Yeah,
see these
for
players
sure.
execute this, it's just so chef's kiss.
Oh, maybe an early drop from Tayman, but it doesn't matter. That will get the kill on Giovanni. Maybe he saw that Giovanni was raising, had an awkward setup there. But yeah, I said Tayman might. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a 13-minute stage here. Um, I don't know. Maybe even a 12-minute time. He's moving along without anything in his way here, and he's at Richie, which means if he's playing well, the way I usually think of this, if he's playing well, he should be able to get this without too much more difficulty, just with how the later stages are more likely to kind of chain big and give you those openings more often. And as I say that, Richie gives a
No.
beautiful opening, and that'll be the kill for Tayman.
A 6, just not catching the brakes here on Giovanni.
Are you ready?
Lorelai at 9, a little over 9 minutes. Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, there's a window of potential for this to be a world record style run with 3 really good stages moving forward. And I say that not because I really believe it's going to happen, because crazy things always happen, but just to like point out how good this pace has been so far. But yeah, with that reset, any hope of a world record type time is probably gone now. But yeah, Tayman is really moving at a quick pace.
For 6, the combination of one more line there and having too many blocks for Giovanni, and that's going to be another reset. Giovanni, both players today, at least it seems like at one point or another, have struggled with Gio.
Can't win 'em all.
And that's, again, kind of this middle game point we're talking about, Sabrina to Rocket, Sabrina to Giovanni, of just kind of that middle game of V-Hard and really making a difference in all these matches so far, it seems, to who the winner was going to be.
6, unfortunately, is going to mess up that opening and not get the double 4 around, and that's going to cause him some issues and give Giovanni plenty of time to get this clear on the garbage. Tayman potentially dropped that earlier than he wanted to, but it might still work out given kind of how awkward this left side is. He does get a blue clear there. And yeah, the reds will get cleared. Tayman thinking that was just a 3 combo, so this might not result in too much extra stop time, might run out of panels, and it looks good. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Unfortunately, the AI always see if you have a horizontal clear on the second tier, but still Bruno didn't have a lot of stop time to work with after that clear, and it's going to go down in 44 seconds.
okay, so we've got another situation where kind of a reverse of game 1 here. One person's stuck on Geo, one person's moving along. But Tayman is just too good at Gary and Mewtwo. And I don't know what the secret is, but this is, in my opinion now, this is Tayman's game to lose. Easily. But 6 finally gets past Giovanni. God bless. But yeah, this is, I think, Tayman's game to lose, depending on how he wants to approach the aggressiveness of this reset strats. I know for sure that Tayman has recently incorporated screen watching into his game. We were talking about that last night. So he knows that this lead is there. He knows he has a 3-stage lead, so perhaps he will be a little bit less aggressive on his resets until he gets to the point where he really needs to. And there has been kind of a community consensus that resetting on Mewtwo in very hard just isn't what you should be doing, unless we find some god tier way to be able to determine that. S hard reset Mewtwo is like only a Tayman thing, but V hard reset Mewtwo is just, you probably just shouldn't do it. You'll live with the 3 or 4 minute Mewtwo's. So depending on when Tayman gets into Mewtwo here, he'll know what kind of lead he has, and then at some point you just need to pray that it works. But we've got 6 catching up here, making things interesting, which is all you can want.
Ooh, that 6 might be exactly what Tayman needed there, and this should be good on
Yeah.
Gary too.
Yep, perfect.
So yeah, I am crossing my fingers that Mewtwo trolls Tayman here. Not because I'm playing favorites or anything, but because there was a little bit of discussion last night at race night of if you had a solid enough lead and Mewtwo does something crazy, maybe it's worth to do a reset. And I'm really curious if Tayman would test that. Although now that 6 is going into Bruno, I don't know if that's enough of a lead that he would feel better about resetting on Mewtwo, but I don't know. There's some potential.
I don't. I think Bruno is like just too close.
Yeah.
Honestly,
But like, maybe if 6 was still on like Richie or Lorelei and Tayman's confident that he could get a good opening. But I mean, as I say
but
that,
this isn't gonna work
there
out
was
anyway,
no reason
so.
because Mewtwo's dead. So solid run from Tayman. That's going to be a sub 15, showing that he's capable of these really solid times. Meanwhile, 6 just getting to Bruno, not quite enough to stay up in this set with Tayman so far.
Official race time is 14:45. So these times are just coming down with each successive match. I don't know. We might see a time below that. You never know. But certainly Tayman's warmed up now. Whatever was happening, or maybe a little earlier, he is definitely in the zone now. And a very nice setup there for 6 to get through Bruno again. I know it was back in game 1, but still nice revenge there. So 6, once he got past Giovanni, is having a very nice, I call them the Elite Four, but I guess there's some weird puzzle Final Four name for them, technically. Whatever, they're the Elite Four of this game. They're the Elite Four, changed my mind.
The Elite Four of wickedness. And yeah, it looks like 6 is going to opt to try to finish this run out, and he's done with Gary, moving on to Mewtwo. I'm curious if he would have gotten some trolling on Gary, if he would have just decided to forfeit the race time race. But yeah, hopefully we'll get a free Mewtwo here, and 6 will feel confident moving forward on to the race number 4. Six having to be a little creative to keep this chain going, but he is able to keep it going in a way to get this to an 11, 12, 13.
Ooh.
And if this doesn't work, this is going to hurt.
Porky!
Oh, no.
Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, no.
Oh, no. This is going to take so long to clear. That big old block up there. Maybe Mewtwo will run out of blocks.
What is Mewtwo doing?
Huh?
Oh,
Huh?
okay. Never mind.
Okay.
He knows what he's
Yeah.
doing. Unfortunately,
Oh.
he knows what he's.
Oh, no.
No.
Almost.
Almost.
I'm going to win.
Okay, I was going to say if there were no yellows,
Yeah.
Mewtwo would have been dead, but 2 yellows popped up.
I'm going to win.
Now, greens, yellows, yeah. This is going to take a while. So, S-Hard Mewtwo, I've found to actually be better at kind of running itself out of panels in these situations, just because S-Hard Mewtwo is so fast. that it'll just start doing random clears whenever it gets a chance, and sometimes we'll run out of panels because of that. But V-Hard Mewtwo is usually a bit slower, but does end up kind of doing things in a weird way after that clear, and that will finish for 6 at a very, very respectable time of what looks to be a 17:56 is the official time. And as we said before, usually 17 minute is that threshold of if you can get below 17, you'll win. Tayman saying that maybe you need to do a lot better than that to win, but yeah, 6 just a little above that threshold, and will take the loss as a result. But 6 has his back up against the wall. We're going into game 4. I'm rooting for a game 5 situation, but I think Tayman is definitely rooting for calming down and just finishing this out strong, showing that 14:45 was not a fluke.
Yeah, Tayman has definitely settled down. These are the kind of times, not only the kind of times he was getting in round 1, but the kind of times he's just expecting from himself. So in that regard, it's nice to it's nice in the middle of a tournament match to live up to your own expectations and just be like, okay, this is what I know I can do. Let's just keep doing this and you're up 2-1, just finish this out. Tay is going away from the cam. I will take this moment to stay hydrated, folks. Yeah. Water's good for you, kids. Okay. It's my old people advice for the day.
They seeming to take a little bit of a break. I guess while the competitors are taking a break, I'd like to point out that the prize pool has gone from $250 to $270, and you can make that even bigger. If you type !pool in chat, you will learn all about the new prize pool if you're just joining us right now, that has been started for this tournament. And yeah, I believe it was TA and Unicorn who dropped the extra $20 in earlier. So thank you very much to them for supporting this community and this tournament and making this as hype as possible, raising the stakes.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who will be generous, who has been generous. This is a very exciting development. This is, I mean, can we say we esports boys now because of this, or is it a little too soon?
I don't know. When are the sponsors going to get in?
First place is 40%. That's
a good amount of money.
chunk of money.
That's a good amount of Jimmy John sandwiches. So if Jimmy John wants to sponsor us.
Unfortunately, I no longer work there, so I can't hook that up. But
we don't have the in anymore.
At one point in time, perhaps.
But yeah, I think the running joke is that Jimmy John's focuses on how freaky fast they are. Meanwhile, our competitors right here are definitely freaky fast, and 6 coming in with a 12-second time.
Seconds.
Looking for that Jimmy John sponsorship.
Yeah. I know I don't work there anymore, but I still enjoy that meme. Because that's where that started. But yeah, no, both these players getting off to a really great start. Under 20 seconds is good. They're doing the optimal strategies of when you're planning to drop and just depending on how much the computer wants to timer scam, also good. You're just looking for the quickest, and I was saying this too in the previous thing, but just the quickest way of getting the clear, even if the time doesn't necessarily matter. You just want optimal stages. And if you get 10 seconds or whatever, that's cool. But if you get an optimal stage, that's more cool. And it just feels real good, too.
Yeah, I think some of the, kind of to your point, some of the most satisfying stages are those later stages that maybe go for like 40 seconds or something, but that was the only opening you possibly could have done that could work.
Yeah.
By just delaying it for so long. And knowing that you saved that potential reset. Those are the ones that really feel the best, even though they're definitely not as flashy as your 8-second, 12-second sort of stages.
I 100% agree with you, Foxy. Those are very satisfying. because and because it took me a long time to really be towards the upper tier of these players. I'm not like upper tier, I wouldn't say, but like it took me a while to feel like I could actually be competitive against the top players with my skill level. And so I used to be like, hey, I did what the good people did. So it's an excellent feeling. These guys are just, they're just going, they're getting these stages, they're doing their thing here while we're rambling on about meta strategy, which is always fun to talk about, I think, with various people on the desk here. Oh no.
Yeah, I feel like unfortunately Six has kind of been in that situation of hasn't been able to get the second 4 combo down these last few stages, which he was doing last time, but then was able to kind of clean that up, moving into later stages where it really matters. So I'm really hoping to see he continues that trend there, and with the maybe longer chains he's sending later, is able to find that second 4 combo, but he is paying for it a little bit right now against Erica. Meanwhile, Tayman moving on to Koga. And Six right behind with that 43-second finish.
One of the beautiful things about watching Tayman play, and one of these things I've noticed the more I've been watching his gameplay, is how good he is finding the second 4 combo before he even starts the chain. And it really does come down to pattern recognition a lot. Excuse me. It does come down to pattern recognition a lot, but like the really top tier players will have that second 4 combo in mind before they even start the chain instead of trying to find it as the chain is happening. It's just like right there you can see the yellows, but he already had the blues moving over as he was clearing those yellows in that chain. And it's just that kind of thing. The more you practice, the more you see it, the more you can do it. And then the better results you can get. Just like, I was going to try to time it. Just like the 22 seconds over there. Like he saw that second 4 combo, he executed what he needed to do, he dropped it, he wins. And that's just Tayman's game. When he's on, that's Tayman's game. He just keeps doing it and gets these insane times. And I can't wait to see either of these players, depending on, who ends up winning this match, do that same thing in S hard, because it's even more important there. It's great in V hard, it's great in hard, but S hard is like crucial to be able to do that. And it's watching Tay's execution is 14. Okay, just go off. Just go off. I'm praising you. Just go off. Okay. Okay, game. Okay, Tayman. Prove my point.
And just to calibrate some expectations here, we were like pining over the fact that Tayman and Six both finished around like 5:30, I think, the first half in the last race, and Tayman with 5:11 finish. He's moving along just fine once again, showing that he has what it takes to just maybe make this not even close moving forward. But Six at the same time, only one stage behind. Anything can happen still. We've seen everything happen. So, but
yeah, one stage is nothing at this point, especially when you're still in Tracy Rocket Geoland. We'll see if Six has this. I don't know. Those greens are a little scary.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Tayman getting through Tracy, moving on to Rocket. And Rocket and Giovanni are kind of what we've seen as causing the most problems so far for Tayman. So he's going to want to kind of finish these, as quick as they will let him finish them. And hopefully not get too rattled and messed up by these. But this looks like it has potential to be a good opening on Rocket. Rocket's going to have very little on that left side. And this should be good, yeah.
Those yellows were a little spooky.
Yeah.
But cleared out to save Tayman some time. 25 seconds. Very solid stage there. Good execution, good drop timing, and just got a little bit of luck.
Yeah, and you got to think Tayman gets out of Giovanni here. The window is going to be closing for 6 to make a comeback. But that's a pretty tall order, and Tayman will drop his chain, and I don't think he'll have enough to top off Geo. Geo does get the raise, and that's enough to find the garbage clear. But in trying to get the second side, Geo doesn't find it, and that will be Tayman moving on to Richie with a solid 23-second time, 7.5 minute finish on Giovanni. This has got to be, Tayman's got to be feeling good about this right here.
Yeah, and with some resets, 6 finally getting past Bruno, but this 3-stage lead is, it is comebackable, but there's got to be a better word for that. It is able to be come back. I don't. I'll have to think of it later. Someone can yell at me later. Figure out what the better term for that is, but Tayman might not get as lucky.
No.
There we go.
And yeah, 6 also getting a little bit of trollage on Tracy. Tayman with the medium quick reset on Richie. Gonna start over, probably seeing he has a comfortable almost 3-stage lead at this point. 2-stage lead now. He's gonna reset and try to work some luck against Richie here by resetting the RNG. Tayman will drop his chain there. At this point, he's gonna just have to hope that Richie kind of chains enough, and it looks like Richie will chain enough and has nothing on that right side.
Yeah, and that's where making sure you have the solid follow-up to be able to, if that situation arises with the stack leveling, make sure you have enough garbage to have the Richie topped off in that situation. That's where knowing how much follow-up you need, or just sending a bunch of follow-up knowing you're going to need it, is super important too. And that's just yet another level to this game of complexity and understanding and processing. This game's been, I've been playing this game for like 20 years and it still blows my mind. It's still a game I want to play all the time, even though there are days where I start playing it and 30 minutes later I'm like, yeah, I'm done, this game's stupid. But it's just a as 6 resets on a rocket, and I'm rambling and trying to figure out in chat that comebackable is not a word. Tase it Bruno at 10 minutes. Hello? Wow. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh my god.
Yeah, Tayman moving on to Gary here. This should be good for 6. There are no horizontal clears in the second tier. And
no horizontal third tier.
So yeah, but I don't know, I don't know if this is comebackable for 6 at this point.
No, it's not even like getting to Giovanni at like 11 minutes is that bad. But when you're against a run where at 11 and a half minutes you're at Gary, who beats that? Realistically, who in this tournament competes with this run right now? Maybe Cards, maybe SFR, but it's not like 6 is having even though 6 has had a bunch of resets, it's not like 6 is having a bad run. In theory, for a tournament race. It's just Tay is on another level, pulling it out for this game 4.
And yeah, that's a 20-second Gary. And we're on a Mewtwo, and even if Mewtwo trolls for, say, I don't know, 4 minutes, that should be plenty of time. But we are in a situation where maybe we could see a Mewtwo reset, so I'm crossing my fingers for that again.
Yes, Foxy. Good point.
And Tayman actually does drop that chain, and this could set up the perfect opportunity, although Mewtwo also lowered himself down pretty well, so that's just going to be the quick kill. And oh my gosh, that's a 12:45, 12:47 or something there. That is a killer time.
Until race time for that is 12:51.
Oh my gosh, that's just disgusting.
That is very disgusting. We didn't even get a chance to see if he would have reset Mewtwo there.
Unfortunately not. I really wanted to see it, but you know, I'm happy for Tayman. I'm sure he's happy to get that free Mewtwo once again. Meanwhile, 6 rocking back in his chair, probably not going to finish this one out. Maybe I'm wrong.
He could.
He could finish it out. No, I thought I saw him looking at his computer screen, seeing Tayman was done. But
oh yeah, he's probably aware Tay is done. But you know, even if you play it, like there is a 5-minute mercy kill rule this year that we've kind of done mainly for. It is applicable in V hard, but we've mainly done it for S hard, just because sometimes those matches can get so big in a time gap that you can get so trolled that these 10-15 minute differences in time just were getting really hard to watch. So we do have a mercy kill rule this year where if you are not in Mewtwo by 5 minutes after your competitor finishes, you have to stop. Or if you're in Mewtwo by 5 minutes and you end up dying, game over. So, but I think 6 will play it out here. Again, not a bad run, but 12:51. Like,
yeah, that's just
my God. If I was Cards and FFR right now, I would be scared of this form from Tayman. Because yeah, he may have started off, but like think about it though. Think about this. Tayman's rusty run that finished was still sub 20.
just wild.
No, you guys are so good. It's all y'all are so good.
And 6's time right now could have potentially beaten that 19-minute time from the first game. Like he's not on a bad run at all.
Right, and well done to 6 for at least taking one game off Tay. He has. I mean, that is technically the first game that's been taken off Tay this entire tournament.
Oh, wow. I did not realize that was true. But I guess he came in 9-0 coming from group stage.
Yes, he did.
He swept Lunar. So, yeah, 6-handed Tayman his first loss.
So somebody not in Tayman's group found a way to beat him. Congratulations. I'm sorry we couldn't do it, but... Because Lunar was also in Tayman's group there for the first round of bracket stage there. So, as was I. I could not. I almost did, but I could not. I tried. So, hopefully well, this looks, missed the blues there on the right-hand side. So Tayman, or I'm sorry, 6 will be getting a chance to finish this run. He had a very, very nice, once he got past Giovanni, he had very nice 4 stages there in a row, executing, doing what he needed to do, getting out sub 30 seconds. And now we'll see how this Mewtwo goes.
It's kind of crazy how good of a time this is from 6 that would be expected to win so many different, I mean, it's not done yet, but would be getting to Mewtwo around 16 minutes would be expected to win so many different rounds. But Tayman just on a different level here.
running out of space a little bit, but with that, again, the double four combo is so important. Ooh, this is gonna be close.
Gosh, come on.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Wow.
Oof. And that's a solid time from 6. And 6 with 1702, 1756, and 1719 times. Man, I would not want to be the person facing 6 in a future round, which unfortunately, if things go well for me this weekend, I will be facing 6 in a future round. And I know that that is not going to be an easy matchup. Cross my fingers if I get there. But damn, that is impressive set of times from 6. And just unfortunate that he fell to a 14:45 and a 12:51 from Tayman in games 3 and 4.
That's really nice to see from 6-2 because I know he was struggling trying to figure out how to be consistent in this mode. So to see him show up in a match and consistently get those really, really good times should give him confidence going into the loser side of this double elimination bracket. I would have a ton of confidence coming off of that, knowing that I got all those 17-minute times, but you're against Tayman. You're against one of the best players in the world. And again, sub 15, 12:51? Like, how do you beat that? Be scared cards are FFR. Be scared of this. But we are very happy that Tayman ends up winning 3-1 here as we get our fancy little transition brought to you by Cards of the Heart. Those beautiful transitions and bouncing banners. And congratulations to Tay as he will be moving on to the winners finals here. And he's relieved. He's like, he's chilling. He's good. He figured it out. Great match. Those times, not necessarily indicative of how, these weren't blowouts. These were close games, and then Tay just pulling out the insanity. So, well done to both players. Good job.
Yeah, and for those not aware, Tayman has gotten 2 rounds through of V-Hard, 2 wins on the V-Hard category, which means all he has left in this tournament to play is S-Hard, which we're seeing the bracket here now. And if you know anything about Tayman, his favorite part of all things Puzzle League is S-Hard, and he has been a former world record holder, has almost all of the top times minus the current 14:31 by FFR Pro, but he's got to feel comfortable sitting in this winner's final side playing S-Hard as his next match. Meanwhile, 6 going down to loser's side, he will play the winner of Tetris Attacker and myself, catch that match tomorrow. But yeah, extremely solid run from Tayman, taking his first loss today, but with a just really strong finish. 6, showing he has what it takes to keep up with anyone, even the best players. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the loser side of this bracket here.
Be spooked, y'all. This was a great match, showing some great ability, and whoever ends up facing Tayman in winners finals or 6 in losers quarters should take that match very seriously, because those are not going to be easy competitors. So yeah, that's it for this match for today. If you're watching us on Twitch, twitch.tv/puzzlegeneral, we are going to be going to another match. If you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, join the Discord, hang out with us, get to learn. It's not just Puzzle League. We've got other puzzle game people in there as well, and a lot of a fantastic community you can connect with if you're interested in learning more about this or any other type of puzzle games. Any final words, Foxy?
I mean, I don't think you said it, but if you're here on Twitch, we will have Lunar Chimera versus BB4Key coming up just right here. If you're on YouTube, there are so many more matches to watch, and you should check them all out depending on when you're watching this. But yeah, this has been a fantastic match to watch. Thank you so much to all the viewers, to the competitors who put together a great match for us, and to everyone else for being here and making this happen.
So for FoxyMan52, for Cards of the Heart, the tournament organizer and the restreamer for today, for our competitors, and for all of those watching, my name is I Like Being Smart, and we'll see you next time.